people who had lessons in childhood, people who chose not to study music because they had other things that they had to do. They had to make a living, they had to support their families, and the beauty is that you can always come back to it. You may never come back to it and be as good as you would have been perhaps if you'd kept at it your whole life, but there's nothing to stop you from picking it up again.
Have you found they have a deeper understanding and a greater appreciation?
Oh yeah. When you're young and you take this up, you think you have no limitations except talent. And you don't understand that really what this is about is accumulated knowledge. You know, talent will get you in the door. Accumulated knowledge will keep you there. So that's why I'm an educator, not just a performer.
I sense you really get involved with your students.
Oh, absolutely.
Why do you do that?
Who else is going to want to know what I know? You know, when I'm gone, all this will be gone. So if I give it away and it grows in somebody else's garden, it's like handing on perennials from your garden. You know, the tunes, the styles, the joie de vivre that goes with it. It's all creative. Even if you're in a style and you're really being true to that style, you bring your own self to it. Because, you know, everybody's got an ego, whether they admit it or not.
Why does traditional music survive?
Autonomy.
So what started out as a history of Nashville publishing became a general history of American country music. By and by.
Dr. Bill Malone, author, historian, teacher, radio DJ, professor emeritus from Tulane. Thank you for sitting down to talk to me today about traditional American music.
I'm glad to be able to do it. But I remember the one song that we all played, and it still means a lot to me today. It's Rex Griffin's The Last Letter. I think he wrote that in about 1938. He introduced it on radio. He was actually in Dallas for a while, singing over local stations. And that's the song that my brothers learned to play the guitar on, and later on when I learned, I made it a point to learn on that same song. Why do you treat me as if I were only a friend? What have I done that has made you so distant and cold? Sometimes I wonder if we'll be contented again. Will you be happy when you're withered and old? One of the great songs of unrequited love, the Last Letter.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm jumping ahead here, but I can't help it at this point. What you've just demonstrated through members of your family is how traditional music has been used to convey something you're feeling. What was it about country music that you delved into, dedicated your life to, that was that the draw, or was there more?
Well, it was accessible. For one thing, it was usually melodies that you could easily hum or sing, and words that could be understood, and it told stories. I've always been impressed by that story. It might be apocryphal, but it's told as if it was the truth. This comes from Nat Hentoff, the jazz critic and writer. He said that Charlie Parker, the great progressive blues musician, often went into a little cafe or bar in New York and put his nickels in the jukebox, and he played country songs. And Charlie's friends couldn't understand it. Charlie, how can you be playing that stuff? And Charlie said, listen to the stories, man. Listen to the stories. And I think that's true. The country music told stories that people could identify with. When you heard Hank Williams sing, it sounded like he was singing directly to you. He understood your problems. You believed that he was coming from the same place you came from, although he was from Alabama, we from East Texas. But he sang those true-to-life stories and with great conviction. That's the wonderful thing about Hank Williams. You know, his singing could insinuate itself into the hearts of anybody, I think, if they would just listen.